Hello everyone. Deanna here, and thanks so much for being here. So today's video is going to be a book review, and the book I'm reviewing is A Curse So Dark and Lonely. This is one that I did pick up recently. I'm going to go ahead and read my quick summary before I get into it. In a modern day retelling of Beauty and the Beast, Harper suddenly finds herself pulled into a world where monsters and curses are real. Prince Ren has not much time left after spending eons resetting the clock again and again due to a terrible curse. He is left isolated with only his right-hand man, Gray, beside him. This time, the stakes are high, because this is his last chance to break the curse. Will Harper be the one to break the spell, or is Ren doomed to live eternity as a horrible beast? One of my favorite Disney movies is Beauty and the Beast. Being someone that is an avid reader and grew up loving reading and, just desperately wanting Belle's library from the Beast. Whenever I do those Disney quizzes, I always get Belle as my Disney princess. So I really do enjoy the Beauty and the Beast story. I've seen the original, plus I've seen the remake that was done not too long ago. So when I stumbled upon this one, when I was looking for some ideas and a new book to pick up, I was just looking for something kind of fun for the month of December. I stumbled upon this book and it really intrigued me. It was like, a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, but make it more modern. So I was interested. I saw some of the reviews, saw it looked pretty good, so I ordered it and grabbed it. And then of course I made a spread for it when I was done. So this one was fun, learning about Harper as a character, seeing Harper, someone who has been severely overlooked for most of her life because she does have a disability that makes others look at her as if she's not really capable of what she really is capable of. So she has been kind of put into a role of her older brother is constantly trying to protect her and keep her safe, keep her out of things, even though there's a lot of things going on, without spoiling too much, a lot of things going on in Harper's life that is making her world very dangerous, and her brother is getting sucked into some not very good areas, and Harper wants to do more. She wants to prove herself as being a bit more worthy and that she can kick butt when need be. So in a certain circumstance, she ends up putting herself out there and somehow getting pulled into a world that she could have never imagined. So she ends up meeting Gray, and she ends up meeting Prince Ren, and it's a whole adventure that kind of goes on because there's a lot of fantasy. I mean, she's in the modern day world, which would be our world, and then she's pulled into Ren's world, which we don't really know too much about his world and how it exists. It kind of sounds like it's like a parallel world, kind of like a metaverse type of thing almost, and a bit of just, it's a fantasy kind of magical world that she gets pulled into. So it made it really fun though, because there was that stark difference of where Harper comes from and why maybe she doesn't know about this world and how she doesn't know about Prince Ren, because sometimes that's a bit of like, how does Belle not know that there's like a beast ravaging her town? And in this story there is like they know the world that she gets pulled into, they know there's like some kind of beast and like there's a curse or something going on. So that made it really fun, and I kind of liked that twist on the story, and I think it just really had me wondering what's going on and like wondering how things are going to play out. There was a lot of like sadness under tone as well, just kind of how isolated Ren is and just how much death there is and like the brutality that sometimes you see and just kind of what's happened to his kingdom, because he is the prince of the kingdom, and it's just what that impact of him being cursed and the curse that's happening has on his realm. I think it was pretty well done, considering, especially when you compare it to like the story of Beauty and the Beast, where it's just these magic happy people are just like, hey, there's a beast that we never knew about until Belle found him. Whereas this one's kind of like, no, they know that there's something going on, and it's making the whole city or the whole realm of where his kingdom is, makes it very much kind of sad and like what's going on, and in regards of like they know something's wrong with their kingdom, and how is their king and their prince and the royal family going to protect them and that type of thing. So there's a lot of that, which was just really fun and really interesting. And I ended up really loving the character of Harper, because I think she was really well written in that she had limitations. She does, because she does have a disability, so it's not like she can just like totally overlook that, but she also doesn't try to let those completely stop her. She is still very fierce, she's still very determined, she's still very smart, and she's still always trying to help others, and I just really related with that side as well in that regard, and I was always rooting for her as a character. And I found Gray an interesting character, though sometimes, because he's Ren's like right hand man, and he's like the royal guard, he's one of the royal guard, I did sometimes find that he was a little too good. Like maybe they'd get into a situation and then like Gray would just like be phenomenal. Sometimes that was a little like but I mean, we're dealing in a world where there's literally curses and spells and mages and beasts roaming around, so I mean, suspend your disbelief a little bit that maybe this guy can be pretty friggin' fantastical. So it was just honestly a lot of fun reading about it, and I did feel sometimes it had a little bit of your Cruel Prince kind of vibes, because Ren is not really like a wonderful guy. I mean, he's got this curse going on, so he's a little jaded about it. But I didn't find that he was as abusive, like he wasn't abusive in the way that I think Cardan could be sometimes in A Cruel Prince. So he wasn't quite that level of like arrogant, because I think by the time Harper has found him or been pulled into his world, he's already kind of been humbled a bit by this curse that has truly just like decimated him and his family in regards to the impact that it's having on his kingdom. So he's definitely been humbled in regards to this never-ending curse that suddenly now is ending, and he's got a big time clock on his hand, and it's a big countdown to, is he going to be able to break this curse with Harper's help, or is he going to be a beast and stuck in beast form forever? So there was bit of that, and there's just, yeah, I actually, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm just enjoying this book. Oh, I didn't put down what my star rating was for the book, I just noticed. I think I'm like at a 4.5 for this. I think it could be a bit of 5. I don't know, maybe it is a 5, because honestly, it was one that I kept picking up. It was one that I kept wanting to know what was going on. I did love some of the characters. I loved Harper. I did end up enjoying even Ren. I believe, I apologize, I don't have the book with me anymore, because I actually loved it so much that I loaned it to my mother-in-law, because sometimes we enjoy similar type of stories, so I thought maybe she would enjoy it. So I don't have it with me. I believe it was dual point of view between Harper and Ren. So you got Ren's point of view with Harper's as well. And I really loved that duality of like going back and forth and seeing like what she's dealing with and what he's dealing with and things like that. I had a little bit of Cruel Prince vibes going on in some of it, but it was a lot of fun. I also know it's the first in a trilogy, so given where this book ended off, I really want to pick up the next one and start checking it out. So that's something that's on my list. So you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and give it 5 stars, because honestly, clearly I'm just like rethinking of it, just how much fun it was. Maybe this, you know, here and there, sometimes I'm a little too generous with my stars, so take that into account, but I enjoyed it. It's Beauty and the Beast. It's a fun little twist on Beauty and the Beast, and it just ultimately made it a very fun book. So I think if you love dark romance, you love fantasy, you love those kind of like YA kind of vibes, I think you will enjoy A Curse So Dark and Lonely. So I recommend you check it out if you're looking maybe for a new fantasy trilogy. And that's going to be it for me. I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourselves, and you will see me next time. Bye!